Oh man, yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. And you know how we do before we get started. You know, we got to shout out the viewer. That would be you for taking the time out to stop by and watch this video. But while you're here, do us a favor, leave a like, a share, and subscribe to the channel as we are moving slowly to 20K, which is not a true 20K because the fact that this channel is old as hell. So it's more like a fresh 4 to 5K. But I appreciate everybody for watching. And we're gonna jump into it. We're not gonna even take long on this one, I don't think. Because I was sent this by a subscriber who said, Snacks, check this out. And we would like your thoughts on what they are talking about on the facility, that they have a wide receiver who likes Kenny Pickett but thinks Shedeur Sanders should start. So we gonna jump into that. You know how we do this. We break them down, we spit them out, and then we take your insights in the comment section. So let's get it started.
He's not talented, not because he won't have an illustrious career, not because I don't think he'll be a great player, for several reasons. Number one, in talking to who I perceive to be the greatest coach of all time, Andy Reid, he was like, I don't like to start my rookie quarterbacks. Yeah. Notably, didn't start Patrick Mahomes. Notably, if you think about all the quarterbacks that have won MVP over the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, they do not and have not started week one, whether that was Josh Allen, whether that was Lamar Jackson, whether that was Patrick Mahomes, whether that was Aaron Rodgers, whether that was Tom Brady. You have to go back to 2016 to find a league MVP who started week one, and that was Matt Ryan, if I am not mistaken. So just from the standpoint of greatness and as of late, you don't start week one. But then most importantly for me and viewers at home, I challenge you to consider this. Browns quarterback the last 5 years that start week one, they don't finish the season as a starter. Whether because the Browns don't have the offensive line to protect them or the Browns don't have the team to actually make sure that the record stays quality. If you start week one as a Browns quarterback, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett, you don't finish the season as the starter. It's not about how you start in your career. It's about how you finish. Why would we want Shedeur Sanders to start week one just to get benched or to get injured later on because the line can't protect him or because the Browns record isn't good enough? So for that reason, T, I don't like him starting week one. Where do you stand?
Now, I agree with Emmanuel Acho on that fact. And a lot of y'all already know that. I've already said Shedeur Sanders should not start week one. He should sit those weeks out. And I think it should go along the ways of the natural formation of the draft. Reason being, reason I say that, and I've said it a million times in these videos, just go back and watch them. I've said Shedeur should not start week one. He should sit out. Let Flacco, Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, or whoever you want to start week one, let them start the season. Because for the simple fact, you have to see what you have in each one of these quarterbacks. Not Flacco, maybe Pickett, for sure Dylan Gabriel. But for Shedeur to start week one, and then if Shedeur is not playing bad, but the team is playing bad, and they're not winning, what's happening after that? We're calling for the next quarterback to come up to bat, which would be Dylan Gabriel or Kenny Pickett. But I'm on the record as saying once Shedeur starts, nobody else is gonna have to see the field. If we start the season out with Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco, and after 3 or 4 games, then Shedeur takes the field, I don't think nobody else would see the field at that point. But if Shedeur starts the season out and it's not to everybody's liking, then everybody's gonna lose their mind. But let's go.
It's interesting. Number one, Shedeur started a ton of games in college. So he'll be prepared. I looked at it when I was looking at the question, this made me think, if Kenny Pickett starts, then that shows me Kevin Stefanski feels like his job may be on the line. If he starts Shedeur, he know he has a little leeway. We can develop this guy. Because if you start Kenny Pickett, it's as if we have to win now. I was told Kenny Pickett or Dylan Gabriel, one of those two are going to be the starter. I was told this a long time ago by somebody in the building. Flacco and Shedeur are going to be the third quarterback. I'm not sure they thought Shedeur would do this, but we all know this. When you're in practice, how can you give 4 guys reps? You got 12 plays of 7-on-7, 12 plays a team, and then you're going to get all the first team reps on team run? Like, there's not enough reps. And so...
Yeah, that's true, but what Cleveland has did was something unusual. They brought in extra players to spread out the reps somewhat equally. And they split the practices in half. They practiced on 2 fields. So therefore, they were able to split the reps up and let everybody get repetitions, get reps and playing time and throwing time just to see who has what. And I still need somebody from Cleveland, mainly G. Bush. Somebody get G. Bush to get those guys at ESPN Cleveland or the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show to get the number of team reps that Dylan Gabriel took with the first team. I will still promise you that it was no more than 10. They made a big deal about Dylan Gabriel getting first team reps. But yes, he got some reps, but he didn't get a lot of them. It was a few. It wasn't a plethora of reps with the first team. That's why I keep telling you those numbers are comparable. Because when Dylan Gabriel was with the first team, he wasn't all that great, but let's go.
To me, if Kenny Pickett go out there, Stefanski know his job on the line. If Shedeur go out there, he's been told you okay, but there's been plenty of times the GM and our owner has said, you good.
So should Shedeur start week 1, yes or no?
I'm starting Shedeur. You started 4 years of college. You starting for me? Absolutely you starting. I've seen what Kenny Pickett can do. Is he gonna be like a Sam Darnold? You go to Philly, you learn, and now you're a better quarterback? I'm going with Shedeur. He's accurate. He can throw with anticipation. Is he's the strongest arm, the most athletic? No. Shedeursanders started for me.
See, I like TJ, but still, Shedeur doesn't start. Shedeur watches 3 to 4 weeks, and then he starts. Now, preseason is going to make a difference. And preseason is going to be a real determining factor. And how the preseason games are structured, I would give each Dylan and Shedeur snaps with the first team against another team, first team defense. That would happen. And then I'll let Flacco finish it off. But against another team's first team defense, yes, they would get some run. Because you have to see. You have to see it. And no matter what or who the first team quarterback is, once the first team quarterback is, or the team is not doing that great, no matter how good the quarterback is playing, the fans will always call for the backup. I'm just saying, that's just fact.
So I've been saying on this show that Joe Flacco's the odd man out, which I truly believe. This Kenny Pickett move, I absolutely do not mind it at all. Kenny Pickett is a first rounder that you traded a 5th round pick for. He's 25, 26 years old. He's still extremely young. If he goes out here and plays well, that's a bonus for your football team. And then you have two young dudes behind him that you are developing. Joe Flacco going out there, I absolutely disagree with that because he's older. You're not going to win a lot. But with Kenny Pickett going out there, he's young. He was a first rounder. If you can get him to play like a Sam Darnold, if you can get him to play like a Baker Mayfield, who went from team to team and found the right coach and right system and played well, because he did play well in Philly when he came in there and spelled Jalen Hurts. If he can go in here being young, being a first rounder, and he can let those dudes sit back and learn, I think this benefits the Cleveland Browns instead of starting SHEDEUR week 1.
The Home Depot has...
Now, I am completely with that being true. You know, SHEDEUR shouldn't start week 1. He should sit. Dylan Gabriel should sit at least 3 games. After those 3 games,
First rounder and young. So I wouldn't mind this at all. If it's not Kenny Pickett, the only other option is SHEDEUR, because I believe he's the best talented quarterback on that roster. I know you drafted Gabriel in the 3rd, but I don't think he's as good as SHEDEUR. So let's see what SHEDEUR has and put him out there in that game. But I do not mind Kenny Pickett going out there first with him being young and giving him the key.
You know what I was thinking? I don't know.
now, SHEDEUR being the best quarterback on the roster is true. That is factual. But Kenny Pickett is the monkey wrench, because you have to be able to say, if we're going to start with Pickett, then at some point during the season, we have to see what both of our rookie quarterbacks are. Unless one of them is just that bad in practice to where we don't have to worry about him. We still know he needs to develop a lot. The way that Mary Kay Cabot keeps trying to produce and push that moniker on SHEDEUR that he needs to develop a lot, keeps trying to make him a developmental quarterback, keep using those words, using that language while saying that Dylan Gabriel is a processing machine, that he processes information really, really quickly, when we can tell that even in practice, even in the mini camps and OTAs, he doesn't process information fast enough because his completion percentage is not high enough. You don't know where to go with the ball. When SHEDEUR knows where to go with the ball, but you keep telling this lie, Mary Kay Cabot, that Dylan Gabriel is better than SHEDEUR, that he processes information better than SHEDEUR, that he knows the language and the terminology of the team. Well, if he does, it ain't doing him no damn good, because he's not producing. And production is what matters. And all we've seen SHEDEUR do through college up until now is produce numbers.
Oh, if you can see what SHEDEUR has if you start him week 1. It's counterintuitive, but the reason I say that is, if you start SHEDEUR week 1, you don't know yet, James, how bad the Browns are without SHEDEUR, because you've never seen the Browns without SHEDEUR. So if SHEDEUR is a starter and the Browns start 0-4, everybody sucks. Y'all all suck. Njoku, you suck. Jerry Jeudy, you suck. SHEDEUR, you suck. Offensive line, you suck. Everybody sucks. But if you start the Browns without SHEDEUR and all of a sudden they're 0-4, then SHEDEUR comes in and the Browns proceed to win 2 of their next 3 games, it's because of SHEDEUR. Think about Drake May for a second. Drake May was 3-9. But we talk about Drake May nationally and even on this show.
Now, that is a hell of a point by Acho. That is the same thing that I just said. Let everybody else play, so we can see the difference. Because if he starts the season, you don't know what they look like without it. But if you let others go in front, then you can see the difference between when SHEDEUR is playing, or when Gabriel's playing, or when Pickett or Flacco's playing. Then we have something to be judged by. Then you have things on tape to say, well, When Shedeur's on the field, the team responds like this. When Gabriel's on the field, this is what happens. These are his reads, and this is what he's reacting to. You have a comparison, and then you know where to go. But let's go, Acho.
So, as though Drake May had a really, really good rookie season.
Show flashes.
But he showed flashes, and we saw the Patriots were terrible without Drake May. So when he goes in there and wins those couple games, like, oh,
Show
Drake May might have something. But if Drake May would have started the season and finished 3-9 and got benched, that's a completely different 3-9 narrative. Because now I know, oh, wait a second, Drake May, you're not really that good. I think we need to identify how bad or how good are the Browns without Shedeur, so we can really see how good Shedeur is when he goes in there. I'll say it like this in story form. I know both of y'all lived it. I did too. College. You don't enter as a freshman running with the ones. I don't think you did. I know I didn't in Texas. You don't enter running with the ones. You usually start running with the twos or the threes. But coach can't really identify how good you are with the twos and the threes because you got the backup quarterback, you got a backup O-line, you got a backup running back, so he's not picking up protection. So what's coach got to do eventually?
Yeah, you support with the ones.
Go with the ones. Now we can see how good you are. If we only ever see Shedeur with the Browns from week 1, we don't know how good or bad he is because we got to separate them both.
I mean, we'll know they start winning, we'll know right away he's good.
Correct.
But the players, we all think we got a chance. Once training camp comes, oh, we going to be good. The coaches know if you have a really good team. They know how the season's going. They not doing anything this year with Shedeur or Kenny Pickett at quarterback. Not in the AFC. Not in that division. And so
you don't think so? Because they have before. 2 years ago, that team was average as grits. Joe Flacco came in, as we well know. I think they won 4 of their last 5 games. He finished 4-1. They go to the playoffs. They lose to the Houston Texans, albeit C.J. Stroud was having a phenomenal year. But I don't know if you can convince me that Kevin Stefanski, who led the Browns and Baker Mayfield to their first playoff appearance since 2007 in 2020, and then Kevin Stefanski, who had Joe Flacco lead that team to the playoffs, I don't know if you can convince me that the Browns are thinking they don't have enough.
That's the Nick Chubb Browns team?
Yes, sir. I don't know if you can. I think if you're the Browns with Stefanski, you're saying to yourself, we got Myles Garrett, we got Denzel Ward, we got a good offensive line, we'll come up with a good running game.
And that has been the problem with the Cleveland Browns. They're still trying to find lightning in a bottle with the quarterback instead of building around that quarterback. They let Baker Mayfield get loose. And then he had some problems. He got hurt. And then he was off to another team. They was too busy worried about him being a superstar and doing all those commercials and getting paid instead of worrying about building around your superstar quarterback. Because yet and still, when he was there, they didn't bring in more wide receivers or try to put more talent around him. They just said, work with what you got. You know, they had Amari Cooper, and that was it. You need a number 2. Like, Jerry Jeudy is your number 1 receiver. Dante Johnson is like the number 2.5, number 3 receiver. You have to build around your quarterback. You have to put more weapons around your quarterback. You got 2 great tight ends. Your defense is okay. And it's getting better. But your offensive line is old. And you have to get better in those areas.
We have a phenomenal head coach. We got a chance to make the playoffs.
No, they'll have a chance in some games. The Browns ain't winning 10 games to get no playoffs. They'll have a chance to win some games. For me, this is it right here. Number 1, if you start the young quarterback, you can't give up on the young quarterback. That's number 1. So if you're saying, hey, man, Shedeur has came out here in preseason, he has balled out, he has showed us that he's that dude. He's looked well against the ones when we give him some ones reps, we're going to start him. You can't give up on him. It is going to be some ups and downs as the season goes on. And if he shows you those flashes, then that's a bonus for your football team, kind of like Drake May. If you start Kenny Pickett, we know Kenny Pickett has played some football in this league. So if he goes out there and it's like the same old Kenny Pickett, then now you put Shedeur out there and you let Shedeur go, but you got to let these young rookies go through the ups and downs. You can't just give up.
Question for you. Is it giving up if you start Shedeur? Shedeur goes 1-4 and you're like, you know what? We got another rookie we need to check
It depends how Shedeur looks.
Say he looks like all Browns quarterbacks look, which is average at
Horrible.
best. Then don't you have another 3rd round pick you got to get eyes on too? And like you got to get eyes on.
And that's why Dylan Gabriel needs to hit the field first. You gotta let him go. Because if you don't, then the question will always be there. But they know, right now, they know Shedeur is better than Dylan Gabriel. But to save face and to not look like idiots because they did draft Dylan Gabriel before they drafted Shedeursanders, they got to put Dylan Gabriel out there first. Whether it be 2 games or 3 games, it won't be many because left-handed quarterbacks under 6 feet is not that great. Drew Brees is the exception to the rule. Steve Young was 6'2", 1. But Dylan Gabriel is a good quarterback, but he is not meant for this offense. I'm just saying, it is what it is.
Shedeur, and you got to get eyes on Pickett. I don't know if it's giving up, Jay. If Shedeur starts and they struggle, I need to see what my 3rd rounder is because I drafted
Dylan
him.
Gabriel can play.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have been on the field with him. He can play. He's just smaller, but he can play. Like, when you start anybody and then you get pulled, I don't care who you are. We start to doubt ourselves. We start to doubt ourselves. Like, oh, wait, am I good enough? Like, why they bench me?
Sunshine came softly through.
That's going to be the problem that they're going to have with Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur. It's going to have to be, you got to see what they got. You're going to see some of it in the preseason, but you're going to have to see some of it live in action where everybody's going 100% when your best players are on the field and their best players are on the field. Because it doesn't get better until those live bullets start flying across your head and that linebacker is bearing down on you coming off that right corner, off that middle stunt, and you got to know what to do. Either throw or go. And those are the type of decisions that are going to have to be made when coming up to it. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We got a couple of weeks, so we going to wear these conversations out, and they going to get talked about. But, hey, we ain't got number time right now. So we going to broaden these horizons and these conversations and go deeper. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Do not forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Turn your post notification bell on so you'll know when your boy is going live or dropping some of this good old heat. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for your boy. Do what you do. Don't forget to click and join the members on this section, because I think we're going to start getting closer to football season. We'll start putting more stuff in the members only section. Don't forget, you can follow me on all my socials, especially Blue Sky and TikTok, or follow the Yaush Network on Twitter. Follow my Instagram and everything. Everywhere you can find me is Big Snacks Out. It's on all around the globe. So do that for you, boy. Look forward to reading your comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. We're going to get out of here. Y'all have a good day. Peace.